Morning guys, here we are again. Currently we are on a place called Ogmore DEEPS. It's been a good 2 years since I was last here. And on the last video, if you remember, I was plagued by dogfish, doggies, a thorny, straps. I think that was April, so yeah, almost 2 years ago. So we're down here today with a little special guest. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. It's very, very lovely conditions. Nice and flat. Got a gentle 5-mile-an-hour wind off our back. It's a drop in tide, a medium tide. It's currently an hour after low water. It's just got light. The first rods are out. We've had indications already, which is a good sign on both rods. So fingers crossed it'll be a productive day. And the same as normal, we'll go through everything. We'll go through the baits, the rigs, the gear, why we're here, the safety, the ways to land fish safely. We've got a net, gaff, etc. So yes, let's get on with the fishing. Right guys, this is first cast. This is young Harry. He's had a whiting as well, first cast. What do you have your whiting on, Harry?
Just a bit of black leg on a loop rig.
Yeah, oh nice. Favourite rig of mine.
Lovely rigs, yeah.
Nice whiting. This is also first cast for me, first cast for Harry. You had yours on?
Just a bit of black lug.
Black lug, same here, black lug. I did have a double shot on, but literally close in, the top one come off. It was a bit smaller than this one. So it's a good sign, the fish are here. First cast, so fingers crossed, we'll get a few more for the camera. Let's get on with the fishing. Choice today on the one rod is I'm using a 3-foot loop rig, beefed up loop rig. You've seen me use this on a previous video. It's all made up of 100-pound rig body, and on these snuds are actually 80-pound onto a 3.0 BMX on a single sand eel on the squid wrap on the hooks, and onto a 200-gram lead. So see if we can hopefully pick up some double shots of fish today. When I was actually winding in this first cast, there was actually 2 whiting. But same old story, one's fallen off. So yeah, beat the blank first cast. So yeah, on the one rod is my usual 2-hook clip down with size 1 hooks. And then on the other rod is my beefed up loop rig. So I know there's still a few fish in the area. Those rays caught off here yesterday, small rays, doggies, straps and whiting. So there's a chance. Harry's had a fish, I've had a fish, and I think his old man's missed a fish. So there's fish in the area. So on the one rod, I'm using the black lug, just straight black lug. And then on the other rod is going to be a mixture between sand eel and squid, bluey and squid. Just little strips, that's all. Yeah, if you slam the black lug down on a hard surface, it toughens them up, makes them easier to hook. Just give it a little wrapping in elastic. You haven't got to, like, they're tough. Fair play, some of the best quality worm I've had in a long time. Off Keith from Awenny Angling. Cheers, Keith. get the old baiting needle, the hook for the baiting needle, just like that, and slide it all on. That's one. Then on the top one, there's 2 worm on the bottom one, because the bulk of the weight is at the bottom of the rig behind the lead. And then on the top one, I'll just put 1 worm, so you don't get too much wobble through the air. Look at the mess from the black lug. Look at that. I look like a 200-year-old smoker. Take this off. It's better. Yeah, I got a little cut on my finger. Put a bit of tape on it just to try and get rid of it. That's one. And 2. Yeah, I like to put the sand eel on first. I like to wrap the elastic up over the sand eel, over the knot, hold it in place because there's 1 hook, and then a chunk of bluey over the top of it. You know, this is a loop rig, they're not massive baits. Give it a little squash. Juicy. And there's the second one. So that's the 2 baits for the loop rig. Yep, we're on our second cast now. And the right hand rod, which is the 2 clip down, is tapping away already. So you'd like to think if there's quite a few little whiting about, there'll be some predators about. Maybe some cod or some eels. Oh, there we are. That was a vicious bite then, I hope you picked that up. There's a guy to my right. He looks like he's had a nice whiting, well over a pound. So yeah, it's looking promising. Young Harry's had a whiting. His old man's missed a fish first cast. So there's fish in the area. Oh, let's hope there's some doggies. Yes, we've got some vicious pull downs on our right hand rod. So I've got 2 hooks on there. Size 1s or 1/0s. So there's no point in rushing the first initial bite. It'd be nice to get a double shot. Well, that's the second cast, and that is the second whiting. This time it was on the loop rig with a 3.0 BMX and a single sand eel squid wrap. Lovely. £200 rig body, 4.0 catfish hook, 7-ounce lead I found, just an old one, £40 straight through, just going to lob it over the edge. Here we have young Harry, just about to cast out a fresh bait. What you got on your rig there, Harry?
I got a nice white din that I caught earlier.
Yeah,
obviously
nice.
It's a prime bait for conger here, so I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah, what size hooks you got on there?
They're size 8 they are.
Oh, lovely, perfect for the job. What are you after, bass, conger?
Mixture of both,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Anything that comes along, mainly a conger, but if
Yeah.
a bass comes along, I won't complain.
No, so you drop it in short, you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in short, it's got a rotten bottom set up there.
Well, rotten bottom setup is it? Oh yeah, I see the, is that the Gemini?
Yeah,
the
that's
Gemini
it.
ones? Nice, what's that, about 18-inch pulley?
Yeah,
What's that,
short
150,
pulley,
200?
150. I think it's £200 straight through.
Yeah. And
So-
what rod and reel are you using for the
It's
occasion?
just a Pen Fathom,
Yeah, okay.
and it's a Grazer Polo Mark III.
Beefy rod.
Yeah,
Tools.
nice for the job, you know.
So we've got a heavy duty pulley rig, we've got a heavy duty bait, hooks, the right rod, the right reel for the job. Fingers crossed, you'll put it straight into the front of a big bass or a big eel, you never know. So I'll let you do it. Lovely. Perfect. The only thing now is if he gets a big eel, I gotta go down and land it. So yes. Fingers crossed, prime rig, prime bait, plenty of whiting about. So let's just hope there's something out there feeding on them. Yeah, we set a fish on then, just spat the hook, probably another whiting. But yeah, we're getting bites, that's the main thing. So we'll keep at it, we'll keep the baits going out. Waiting for the little superstar on the corner to pull out something special. Isn't that right, Harry?
Very right.
Yeah, very right. You heard it there. I'm just spectating today. Yes, I put the accelerator out and literally within a couple of minutes, tip was slightly pulling down, pulling line off, and nothing's come back. So it's probably a small eel. Yes, third cast on this rig, and that is the third whiting. All about the same size. What's that, 10 inches? So it's probably about 8-9 ounces, something like that. Lovely. Lovely hooked. Let's get him back. Lovely. We've got a doggy! Biggest fish of the day, right? Nothing on the loop rig. Here's Harry. He's banging out the whiting at the moment. This is on black lug. On what size hook's that?
Size 2s, I believe.
Size 2 on a loop rig. Becoming one of my favourite rigs, the loop rig. So there's plenty of fish out there. Let's just hope something big comes along. So, here we have little Harry Williams. Where are you from?
I'm from Buryport in Wales.
From Buryport. That's how far a drive is that from Ogmore?
About an hour drive.
About an hour drive. So, I was contacted by a friend of theirs end of last year that there's a young lad who likes my fishing, likes the VMO stuff on YouTube, and was excited, or he wanted to have a session with me. So I passed my number over, got in contact with his father, and around Christmas time in early January we were going back and forth a lot to arrange a fishing session. But with the weather and the tides and the venues, everything had to be in perfect because Harry's such a young age. We couldn't take him to the places like the Green Light or Sully Island, you know, just out of safety factor. So we've come to Ogmore DEEPS. It's lovely and flat. He's with someone that's got experience, myself I think. It's a nice flat calm day, no wind, the sea is completely flat. He's not going anywhere near the edge, and if he does get fish, I'm going down for him. So with all these factors, we had to make sure that it was safe for Harry. That was the main thing, was safe. So we've been fishing, what, about 4 or 5 hours now?
Ever since, yeah.
Oh no, today.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours. We've had a few fish. What have you caught today?
Just plenty of whiting so far, that's
Yeah.
all really. But it's a shame the congers and rays aren't biting, but we'll see now. You know, there's still a few casts left.
What rigs and baits are you using?
Mostly pulleys.
Yeah.
I'm fishing a loop rig as well with black lug.
Love a loop rig. Is that fine hooks? Small? What was it? Is it heavy duty?
Quite fine hooks, size 2s.
Oh, right.
Just
Nice.
perfect for the smaller species. I was picking up whiting, but hoping for something like a rockling or
Yeah.
pouting or anything really.
Yeah. What type of setup are you using?
I'm using a pair of greys
Yeah.
with a pair of fathoms.
Yes. Oh, nice. Because how old are you?
13.
I wish I had a pair of fathoms at 13 years old. I think I had egg whiskers back then. I think my first multiplier was a Shakespeare Neptune. Have you ever heard of that? You ever
No,
heard?
not really.
Brand new, they were 19.99. They were 20 quid.
20 quid.
They were shocking. They were shocking. So were they your first multipliers?
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
my firsts.
Yeah. Because how long have you been fishing?
Only about 2 years.
2 years? Yeah. What made you get into fishing?
I just remember my grandfather used to fish a bit, and
Yeah.
one day during lockdown I was quite bored. I knew I was catching plenty of mackerel down by
Yeah.
the local, so I thought, you know, might as well just go down with my father. Bit of fun.
Nice.
And ever since, it's like an addiction.
It is addiction. So where's your local? Is it Buryport, you said?
Buryport, yeah.
What do you catch down Buryport?
Well, in the summertime you get plenty of hounds.
Yes.
You get the taupe there, thornies. You get the odd nice species like black bream and tub gurnard.
Have you had a go on a taupe yourself?
I've had a go. I've only had one run though,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
What's it
but
feel like?
Oh, it feels amazing.
What happened? Did you just drop the bait, or?
I think it dropped, yeah, or I struck too early out of excitement.
Oh, yeah,
But,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's nice. I've never been to Buryport myself. A few of my mates have. I know they catch a lot of tope off there, and also a lot of hounds, a lot of rays. They get dabs, flounders, that type of stuff. But this year I am hoping to do my first trip to Buryport, which would be nice. So perhaps we can meet up and,
Yeah, sounds great.
you know, in the summertime, which would be nice. So what's your old man caught today?
He's had a dogfish, that's all really.
Yeah.
I think he had a couple of white in as well, but
Yeah.
it's
We're all
just a sample
catching.
of fish. I mean, nice to catch really, that's all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So what ideas have you got in the pipeline now? What do you want? Where do you want to go?
I
Venues,
just-
target.
You can see now the old man's got a white in as well.
Oh, look at that! Look, as we're recording, the old man's got a lovely white in.
I'd like to carry on fishing. I
Yeah.
might want to get into rough ground stuff. At the moment I'm just into clean ground,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I wouldn't mind going on the rough for big hounds or possibly the big blondes even.
Well, you haven't got to do the rough, the big hounds. You got a place down Morpher, which is quite close to, isn't it, Morpher? You get big hounds off Morpher. So, but like when I grew up on Aberthaw, so losing gear for me was everyday thing.
Oh, I know.
I had to lose gear.
Losing gear for me is something else.
Oh, I
It's
know.
not fun. So I'm used to fishing just clean beaches, you know.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So, have you got any targets in mind apart from the hound? You got blondes. And...
I got a blonde in mind because that's the only ray I haven't caught.
Oh, so you've had all the other three.
So
then?
I've had the other
Yeah.
three. So I've had the spotted thorny and the small light.
How big are they?
My PB thornies are 9.15.
Nice. That's bigger than quite a lot of people's thornies I know.
Small light's about £6, £7.
Nice fish.
And the spotted's only about £2, but you know, still nice fish.
Yeah, you know, like in Wales we don't really get spotteds over £4 really, and anything over £4 is a good fish. But you know, we're spoilt for choice. You know, down your neck of the woods, you're closer to West Wales and stuff.
Yeah.
You got the bass, you got the hounds, you got the tope.
That's amazing.
You got everything down there. Like down this end, we got the hounds, we got the rays. So you know, if we got to travel to catch any decent stuff like a tope, we've got to come down your neck of the woods. In the 2 years you've been fishing, what is your most memorable catch and moment while you've been doing it?
Probably when I've been down west with my father.
Yeah.
And I had a nice huss of 9.15.
Lovely fish that is, nice.
Yeah, just trying all day, nothing. Last cast, and he said, "Oh, you got a little bite there," so held it in my hands and I could feel it running towards me and just striking into it. Thought it was nothing coming up, but when I saw it, it was a big fish, you know.
£9.15 is a lovely fish. So, is that your most memorable moment? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
would be.
Because your dad's new to fishing as well, isn't
Yeah.
he? How's he getting on?
He seems to be getting on very well, to be fair.
He's a bit camera shy. So yes. So what's he catching?
Well, pretty much the same stuff as me. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm a bit better, I don't know.
Is he better than you?
No way.
No way. I'm not starting an argument here.
He just fishes more than I do.
Yeah, that is true. I get more time out than him, to be
Yeah.
fair.
But the thing is, you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you, you know. Fishing's great, it keeps you off the streets,
Yeah, of
keeps you off
course.
the computer,
Yes, it's amazing.
you know. There's far worse things you could do with your spare time and hobbies than fishing, you know, but it's just expensive, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's the only problem.
Because you collect your own bait as well, don't
Yeah, I collect my own crab.
you? Yeah. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy for that. But I just find it easier to just go to the shop and just spend my money. But all fair, you know, I have had a go when I was younger. Cut all your fingers. Talk about it, look how yellow they are from the black. But when I was a kid, I used to collect my own crab because when I was a kid, I couldn't afford to buy it. But yeah, hats off to you. Because what's your biggest haul in crab? You were telling me.
Between two people, I think it's about 500, 600 crab in about a space of 4 days, I think.
And I'm not even going to ask where it is. I'm not even going to ask. So none of you either. So this is your first time to Ogmore Deeps?
Yeah, this is my first time, yeah.
Where have you fished around this area before?
I fished Friars Point before.
Yeah. Enjoy it?
I haven't done very well, but it's
No.
a nice mark to fish.
It is, yeah.
Same thing with the Sandspit. I've fished it before and haven't done amazing, but
Yeah.
it was a nice.
Sandspit is one of them places, love it or hate it. Yeah, I fished it for years, caught off it, and I'm still, I'm happy to fish it. I'm happy to not fish it. It's one of them places, the Sandspit. You know, if they're there in front of you, you'll catch them. But you fished Witches Point or anything?
Yes, I fished Witches once.
Yeah.
Conditions weren't great for us who were against us. We just managed a few doggies, but it was nice
Yeah.
to try a new mark once again.
What do you think of that hill?
Oh, it's not fun.
Cardiac hill, we call it. But so this is your first time to Ogmore Deeps. What do you think of the place?
Very comfortable mark.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit treacherous underfoot for casting, but I mean, depends where you are.
Yeah.
Over there, it's not ideal where I am,
No.
but it's flatter over here. But I mean, yeah, it seems like a nice mark. I've heard it throws up nice fish, so
Yeah, it's not a place I fished a lot. I'm probably talking no more than 12, 15 times on here, and then the same over the sea lawns. But it does throw up big fish, big eels, double figure small eyes. But you've got to put so much time in down here.
I guess that's the same with any mark.
Same,
isn't it?
you know, same as any mark. Like, because how many's on here today? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8, including us. We've seen quite a few whiting. One doggy. We've seen one whiting earlier, which looked what, a good £1.5, didn't it?
Good pound, yeah, good
Yeah,
pound.
good
half.
£1.5. But we're all catching. That's the main thing. We're out fishing. It's a lovely day. It's a weekend. We thought it was going to be a lot more busier than this. So what time did we get down here? About an hour before low.
About an hour before low, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't set the rods up until pretty much getting light. It was nice just to stand around talking, getting to know these guys, because when I had a phone call from a friend of their family, a family friend. Is he a family friend?
Yeah, he's in the same club.
Yeah, same club. That there was this little boy called Harry that really wants to come fishing with me. It was nice to hear. So back and forth, arranging it, and here we are.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah, enjoyed it. We're catching fish. We're out. We're having a laugh. Bit of joke, bit of banter back and forth, which is great. But yeah, we're out giving it a go, and we got a surprise for you.
Oh, here we go.
You haven't slipped up, have you?
What's that?
You haven't slipped up about this prize, this prezi?
No.
No, good. Right. This is from us at VMO. Alright?
Oh, thank you
Little
very
prezi
much.
for you. You don't have to open it now, just take it home with you, but it's a lot of goodies in there, and
I'll have a look at it anyway.
yeah,
Oh, thank you very much.
yeah, it's good.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
It's good to see these upcoming young anglers. You know, you've only been doing it 2 years, and I've seen you casting, I've seen you winding, I've seen you doing your shock leader knots, your rigs, your bait ups. You know, I couldn't do that at 13 years old. I could barely tie my shoelaces, you know? So seeing how far along you already are after 2 years, like using a Fathom 15 reel down on a stiff rod, you know, 2 years into fishing, you're where you're going to be in another 2 years.
No, we don't know.
Do you get me?
Yeah, I
You know?
understand. Yeah, but thank you very much for that. I
No
really
worries at
appreciate
all.
it.
But yeah,
Thank
no,
you to VMO as well.
no worries at all. But you know, it was a pleasure to hear that you wanted to come and have a fish. We arranged it. We're here. We're having a laugh. We're catching fish. That's all that matters.
No, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So yeah, we've got about another 2 hours. So hopefully we'll catch a few more fish and see where it goes. Happy days. Secretly, I was hoping that this would be whiting. Nice whiting, but it's really a small doggy. So yeah, doggy. Yes! My favourite. So we've got a decent dog there, probably about £2, hooked in the back. I wonder if it felt bigger. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the session now. We've been here for what, hour down, all the flood, and we're 2 hours down now.
Yeah, about that. An hour
Yeah.
or two down.
Yeah, it's gone quiet, but saying that, I just had 3 doggies on a bounce then, but it has gone quiet, and I've got a bite as we talk on literally the last cast. But what have we had? 6, 8 whiting?
Yeah, so a few white in,
Probably about the
Few
same with the
doggies.
doggies now, yeah.
Yeah.
So no straps, no rays today.
unfortunately, but it's
No.
just the way it is, you know.
It is, yeah, but you know, we're out, we're catching. You know, that's all we can ask for. But have you enjoyed your first trip to the
Oh,
deeps?
it's been amazing. Well,
Yeah.
it's been very good, you know. It's just been nice to be able to catch fish.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, but say we you know, we had a good chat with old man, and I think come the spring now we'll get you blonde, and then I'll take you down to one of the Barry marks, and then see if we can get you your blonde.
Sounds good.
So, enjoyed yourself though?
Ah, it's been good.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. It's nice to meet you and your old man.
Yeah, same
And get to
here.
have you know, very impressed the way you cast, the way, you know, the stuff that you do. You're using fathoms with Apollos at 13 years old, casting 70, 80 yards with ease. You know, the way you do your baits, your rigs. So, yeah, be you know, excited to see what you can do in the future.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, so on that note, guys, we're gonna call it a day. So, you know, we caught fish. Hope you enjoyed the camera. It's been nice to meet up with Reese and Harry, and hopefully we'll do it now over the next couple of weeks and see if we can get some rays on camera for you. You know, so, which would be great. So, but it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you too.
And see you on the next one. Tight line.